Hello, everyone. This is Luis Concepcion from Strategic Profit Line Trading, coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 47. As always, here's our disclosures. This content is for educational purposes only, not providing any investment advice. This is not tailored to any one individual. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and all investments involve risk. As always, here's our agenda. Going to cover the news, provide a market overview. Earnings season is winding down. We're down to 215 companies reporting earnings this week. However, we got some good ones this week as well. Here's our week 46 results. Had a great week. Pretty much went 8-1. Have two trades in progress. That's shop and AMAT, and we have one zone closed on Friday. So pay attention to those trades. And here's the outlook for this week. So again, I'm going to do my best to provide you with the trades that I think will hit this week and the companies that most likely will move due to earnings. Went ahead and I updated week 46. As you can see, a lot of our trades hit and triggered, hit 8-1, and pretty good moves this week. Pretty good moves. Hope you caught some of them. Moving into our news for the week, as you can see, on Monday is going to be a quiet day, so nothing impacting any of the markets, whether that's in the U.S. markets or our currencies, futures, and Forex. Moving on to Tuesday, the British pound will be affected at hours of the night, and the Canadian dollar will be affected pre-market. Nothing affecting the U.S. markets all day. Moving on to Wednesday, nothing affecting the U.S. markets. However, after hours, there's a tentative report on the Japanese yen, so be mindful of that. Then coming on to Thursday, nothing. We got unemployment claims pre-market, so be mindful of that and volatility. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the day that everybody's waiting for because Nvidia has earnings. And then on Friday, we have a lot of reports being affected. So the euro will be affected at the hours of the night. With that being said, if the euro is affected, the dollar will be affected. Hence, the U.S. stock market will be affected. Then we got the Canadian dollar reported pre-market, and we have PMI. So anticipate some increased volatility on Friday morning at the market open, which ironically coincides with Nvidia reporting earnings Thursday afternoon. All right, moving into the charts this week, starting with the SPX. As you can see, the last 2 days and especially Friday, we had a nice pullback, leaving some supply in the S&P 500, and that's going to be 59.82 to 60.20. There's a possibility that we may close this gap before we continue further down, or we may just continue further down before we go back up. So we got a gap to close here at 57.80. And that first demand zone I have for you in the SPX is going to be 57.42 to 56.92. Moving on to the NASDAQ. As you can see, same type pattern. We had a nice pullback on Friday. Not the end of the world, but leaving some supply. And that supply is going to be at 21.13 to 21.193. And the first demand zone I have for you on the NASDAQ is going to be 20,045 to 1980.80. Moving on to the Dow Jones. As you can see, the Dow Jones pulled back, not as hard as this S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. So no supply in the Dow Jones that's apparent as it is in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. With that being said, we have a gap to close here at 422, and that demand zone that's still intact is going to be the 417 to 414. And moving on to the good old rut. Our level held beautifully. As you can see, it hit our level last week, and all it did was fall for 4 days straight. So that supply level being 24.37 to 24.60. In the event we come back up to this level, be mindful that we had a strong fall from there, so may not be as strong second time around. On the demand side, 2227 to 2195. That's a little bit more of aggressive and a lower time frame level for those of you who want to trade the rut. However, on the macro level, we got 2018 to 1956. Now, moving into earnings for this week. First company I have for you is Twist. On the demand side, 25.79 to 23.04. And on the supply side, 54.22 to 60.97. Next company I have for you is Ticker sign SYM. On the demand side, 1874 to 1711, and on the supply side, 3746 to 4168. Next, good old Walmart. Walmart has done outstanding since it split earlier in the year. As you can see, it has an all-time high of 85.79. Looking for a pullback or drawdown, see if Walmart can slow down. And that first demand level I have for you is sitting at 77.31 to 75.62. Next company I have for you is Lowe's. On the demand side, 209.73 to 205.61. If it does anything like Home Depot did last week, shouldn't get a big move on Lowe's. However, just like Home Depot, it maintained and did not create an all-new time high. So we may get a drawdown from here. Next company I have for you is Keys. As you can see, it missed this level here. And that's the supply level I have for you is 167.62 to 170.69. First demand level I have for you is 119.34 to 112.08, with a subsequent level right below it at 108.45 to 102.75. Next company I have for you is Target. As you can see, this level was what held Target. It fell for here once, tried to get up there again once, twice, couldn't get up here. So that's the supply level I have for you in Target. That level is going to be 164.20 to 169.31. And on the demand side, first level I have for you is 136.23 to 132.34. In the event of an overshoot, got a level here at 113 to 102.63. Next company I have for you is Zim. No supply for you. Demand zone I have for you is 1359 to 1230. Next company is WSM, Williams-Sonoma. On the demand side, 121.86 to 107.22. Have no supply for you in this company. And what everybody is anticipating and waiting for this week is going to be good old NVIDIA. Will this be the first earnings that they do not meet? As everybody knows, NVIDIA has been on a tear all year. You can see it put in its all-time highs here at 149.77, and it has not been able to break the 150 mark, and we've had a nice pullback here. The first demand level I have for you is 137.56 to 134.41. Be mindful, this is an aggressive level for earnings for those of you who want to play NVIDIA a little bit more safe due to its volatility. I got the 119.04 to 114.74 for you. So we'll be looking for on NVIDIA this week. Next company I have for you is Snow. On the demand side, 112.94 to 107.28. On the supply side, 141.91 to 146.45. As you can see, we consolidated here many times, and we've came out of this area pretty strong. So that is the level I have for you on Snow. Next company I have for you is Palo Alto, another company that has been on a tear to the upside. I have no supply for you. The all-time high was at 408.53. Another leader in the AI space. First demand zone I have for you is 344.97 and 327.77. Next, I got Jack in the Box. Good old Jack in the Box. So on the supply side, 59.21 to 60.81, and on the demand side, 29.45 to 16.69. Next company I have for you is Baidu. So for Baidu, it's sitting here in a demand zone, 85.10 to 72.99. For those of you who do not like trading these Chinese stocks, just stay away from it. But if it does anything like Baba did last week, with little to no movement, so be mindful of that. And on the supply side, 128.08 to 136.51. Next company I have for you is BJ's. No supply for you in BJ's. Its all-time high was 92.37. On the demand side, first level I have for you is 82.46 to 80.08. In the event of an overshoot, we got a 77.51 to 75.73. Next company is ESTC. On the demand side, 60.44 to 54.11, and on the supply side, 103.04 to 111.74. And the last company I have for you this week is Intuit. This is a very large level. As you can see, we fell from it once, twice, tried to get here 3 times, 4 times, couldn't get here. Now we've penetrated deeply into this level. This is roughly its all-time high at 719. In the there's a possibility that we might just try to make it all-time high. However, if this level holds, this level is 668 to 719. You might as well just call it its current price at 690 to 720. And on the demand side, first level I have for you is 623 to 598. I know these levels look extreme. However, this is a high price stock, so trade it with caution. But those are your levels that I have for you this week. With that being said, go ahead and do me a favor and go to the website and check out the blog. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, or anything you would like me to add to these weekly videos, feel free to email me. If you haven't done so already, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And as always, go ahead and follow me on social media for trades and updates throughout the week. Till next time, happy trading.